Hello folks, welcome back to my online tutorials. This is my Docker series and this is the fourth video in this series. In this video, we are going to see how we are creating a .NET service to connect to MongoDB. So the video is going to be very simple, practical and powerful. So all my videos are real-time oriented and hands-on experience. So in this also, we are going to see lots of real-time scenarios in the Docker, and every video will contain a hands-on solution. So please watch all the videos and let me know your feedback. So before jumping into practicals, let's see a few details of the .NET Core and the Mongo combination. So it's flexible schema and faster nature. So MongoDB stores data as a JSON-like documents, so which maps naturally to C# classes. No rigid schema. There is no schema in the MongoDB. It's schema agnostic and perfect for evolving applications. So this MongoDB is for MongoDB, and this .NET Core is ideal for rapid prototyping if you're developing rapid prototyping applications, and if you're developing agile kind of applications. And when the data changes frequently, so then this combination will be very suitable. So C Sharp Poco classes plus MongoDB documents, uh, they map one-on-one. So that reduces bipolar uh, code. So that's why the flexible schema and faster development is possible by using MongoDB and .NET Core combination, and high performance on both the sides. The MongoDB is optimized for high speed reads and writes, and where .NET Core is fastest backend framework by using lots of like asynchronous uh, task and like lot of multi-threading um, methods by using .NET. So the combination of .NET Core and MongoDB will give a high performance both database side and backend side. And naturally, like mapping between the JSON and C# Poco classes will be very easy. So microservice friendly architecture. So both MongoDB is basically widely used for microservice architecture because each service can have its own database. So in MongoDB, like managing the databases is easy. So each service can have its own database. No schema conflicts between teams. So if n number of teams are working on n number of schemas, so uh, there will be no conflict between the teams. MongoDB will be best used, and easily you can scale horizontally MongoDB. And at the same time, .NET Core also microservice friendly, so which is lightweight, which supports cross-platform and works well with Docker and Kubernetes. So this combination, a clean, independent, scalable microservice per domain will achieve by using this combination. And then like both MongoDB and .NET Core, they have seamless integration with Docker. So MongoDB official Docker has its own Docker image, and .NET Core also has its own official Docker image. So this makes the things easy. So you can easily do the local development for both MongoDB and .NET Core, and consistent environments. Both MongoDB and .NET Core, they are consistent environment on Docker. So cloud-ready deployments, both supports cloud-based deployment. Then like strong ecosystems for both .NET Core and MongoDB, we have strong ecosystems and like tooling. Like if you take MongoDB, you can use Studio 3T, Compass, Atlas, which is cloud. For .NET Core, you can use Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code, and built-in dependency injection we have in .NET Core, and a strong community package. Like both MongoDB and .NET Core has a very powerful tools, so which makes developer life easy, and you can um, work on the productive workflow. So then, like strong official MongoDB C# driver, like as I said, MongoDB and .NET Core has a easy implementation where C# has MongoDB drivers officially, so which supports MongoDB connection uh, seamlessly. So the integration doesn't have any hiccups. It will be seamless. So ideal for modern data-rich applications, since MongoDB is supporting millions of records per second. So even .NET Core has a lot of powerful uh, like tools and techniques which supports uh, data in high volumes. So in overall, if you see .NET Core and MongoDB, that best suits when you are working on um, applications with high performance data, and where you are supporting applications with multiple vendors and multiple customers without having schema hassles. This combination will work easily, and it give you high uh, positive results. I'm very much excited to write my first .NET Core application which interacts with MongoDB. So before jump into the practicals, let's see the steps like what we need to follow when you are integrating MongoDB with .NET Core. So here there are 5 to 6 simple steps. So the first step is configure and install MongoDB in Docker. So in my previous video, I extensively explained how to configure MongoDB in the Docker so that you can use it in your Studio 3T. So this is the link for the video. Even I'll put it in the description of this video. You can follow that. And after that, create a .NET Console application. We will see how to create a .NET Console application by using command. You can create by using Visual Studio also. And after that, install a MongoDB.Driver. That is the second step. Then define a model. Since uh, the Mongo collections, you can easily map it to the models. So dealing with models in C# is easy. So that's why create a model which represents the collection in Mongo. Then create MongoDB connection. Um, in the code in .NET Core, we will see how to create a connection. So if you are using the password and the username, you have to use that in your connection. Then perform the CRUD operations. You can create, read, update, and delete the data from the MongoDB collection. So these are like 5 to 6 simple steps you can perform easily. So please follow the next slides where I'm going to demonstrate each and every step in detail. Follow that and create your first .NET Core application which connects to your MongoDB database. So here I already created, by following my previous video, I created the MongoDB image and the container, and I can use, this is my visual like Studio 3T where I created a inventory database and the collection, and the products collection. So here I'm going to insert, retrieve, delete, update the data. So let's create a console application by using command line. You can use it by using Visual Studio or any other, but I'm going to use the command line. .NET new console. So this will create a new console application. and the name of the console application is dot mongo app. I'll say dot mongo app. So this is going to create a new console application. So it's created a folder, and then navigate to that folder. And now I'm going to install the package .NET add package MongoDB.Driver. So this command is going to add MongoDB.Driver package into the console application just now we created. This driver will enable your .NET Core application the capabilities to connect to your MongoDB. Just run this. It succeeded. If you see any errors, fix them. Finally, it succeeded. Now your .NET Core application is equipped with uh, capabilities to connect to your Mongo. Let's write some code. So I opened the project we created. Um, for simplicity, I'm not going for a lot of um, configuration parameters. I'm going to do a lot of hard code because my primary uh, purpose is demonstrate how .NET Core application can connect to your MongoDB. So let's add some code, and I'm going to add a model. So new item, I'm going to name it as a product. So this is a C# class. Yeah, product.cs. So make this public and add these properties. So this is regular C# class, but um, this I want to decorate the JSON drivers, the MongoDB drivers, whatever we install. You can see in the dependencies, in the packages, you can see MongoDB driver, and even you can see the classes MongoDB JSON, so which will allow you to decorate a C# class or properties with the JSON. So now I am going to make this as a JSON ID so that it will be uh, the JSON ID. So this JSON ID exists is a class which exists in this JSON serialization attributes class, and I would like to also add JSON representation type of JSON type dot MongoDB object ID. So basically what we are trying to do, we are trying to use this ID as an index. So we will talk more about these JSON types and the classes in the later. So you can use this here using. Yeah, so now I created a model. So this C# is a this product is a C# class, but I used JSON ID and JSON representation so that I can easily map this to the MongoDB collection. So when this data like being inserted or read from the MongoDB, so this ID will be used as an index. So let's write some more code. So now your model is ready to interact with your uh, MongoDB collection. So let's write some .NET Core code to read, write, update, and delete the data. Before that, we have to create the connection. First, we have to establish the connection between this application and the MongoDB. and let's write that code. So again, I'm following the simple code, no like hassles, which is simple and straightforward. The first line of code, or the first step I'm going to do is uh, using MongoDB.Driver. So then um, the first step, connection, creating connection. So for this, where connection string. So basically, this is the connection string, and the intelligence or the um, copilot or the Visual Studio itself is giving some code. So based on the model I added, just use that and make some changes. It's easy to write nowadays code. So the connection string, basically this connection string will tell which the whereabouts of the MongoDB server. So MongoDB localhost, this is the, um, you can see, this is the localhost URL, but I have to provide username and password because this MongoDB is protected with username and password. So I'm going to add this admin. So that is the username and password. So in real time, you are not going to hard code like this. Uh, there are a lot of configuration files. Either you have to read it from the key vault or you have to configure somewhere. So then finally, you have to give auth source equal to admin. If you visit my previous video, I have shown how to create a connection here. So this, when you are creating the connection, if you edit this connection, so whatever parameters you are giving, the username, password, and this authentication DB admin, the same you are going to append it here. The same you are going to append it here. The username, password, and also the auth source equal to admin. So then after that, uh, you are creating a client object, so which is a Mongo client, and you are passing the connection. These two lines, they are going to use the URL, the username, password, and it's going to establish the connection. Then this is the database. Once the connection has been established, you're going to access the database equal to client.getDatabase. So this is product DB in our uh, uh, MongoDB. It's a inventory DB. So just change this to inventory DB, not MongoDB, not product DB, inventory DB. So in inventory DB, we have a collection called products. So then the next line, this is going to create, so this is going to represents database and the collection we want to work with. So this collection database dot get collection dot product. So here we cannot directly use the collection from the Mongo. So here, this is the model we defined. This is the model we defined in our application. So just right click, show the potentials. So this is MongoDB.MongoDB app product. So this product from the application is representing the products in the collection. So this is the model we defined, and this is the collection name we defined. Now this collection is pointing to the, this line is pointing to the collection we defined. here. So then let's create some records. So create, so where new product, so name, laptop, price, and gives, you can give model or warranty, like whatever details, 2 years. uh, so okay, so that warranty is not here. So price ID, if you want you can add warranty here. So warranty. So first we are defining the model in our, so let's, for the removing the confusion, .NET app, that's it. Remove this. Yeah, this looks clean. So first we are instantiating our product, then await collection dot insert asynchronously the new product, and write some console dot insert. So this is going to insert a new document in the collection, and it's going to create an ID. Here we are not passing the ID. The ID will be created. Um, this will create an ID, and that ID will be printed here. So uh, let's write some code so that we can hold it. So let's debug. If you want, you can debug. So here we don't have any data. So the data is empty. The collection is empty. Let's run this code and see what is happening. So it's the first time is taking a bit. Hello world. So yes, the debugger came here. So this part is very important. Uh, Once the insertion happen means, um, see, you can see inserted product with ID. So if there are any issues with your connection, this line of code is going to throw some exception. I'll show later, but since we don't have any, everything we defined properly, it's not throwing any exception. Let's see the let's see the data here. Okay, so you can see the document here, ID, laptop, price, 2 years, and this ID has been passed here. This ID have been passed here, and you can see that. Yeah, we just now we inserted our first document into MongoDB collection. Let's write further code. Here, how this is working, see here, insert asynchronously. I'm not writing any variable to catch the product ID like this, ID equal to something like this. So I created a product model, and then I inserted, and how this new product is having this ID, because this collection is holding connection to the Mongo collection here. So, and when you insert this statement, automatically this new product ID data will be inserted, and the ID again, it will be mapped to your product. So in my previous slide, whatever I mentioned, you can easily map the C# classes with the collection. This is the ease. So you no need to catch any ID. So by default, since this is already mapped to your collection at this line, the ID will be retrieved here, and it will be accessible here. So then read some data. So the reading is a little, if you are a C# developer, the MongoDB has a little different way to read and write. So let's see. So products, where products equal to await collection, await collection dot find. So this method is going to find a specific record or the records from the Mongo. So this is a lambda expression. I'm going to write a lambda expression. If there is a record, so this will true. That means if there are any records, it's going to loop them into they are going to retrieve and convert that into a list of products. Then products dot for each. Again, I use a lambda expression. P console dot write line P dot name. So dollar P dot price, like whatever parameters you want to display, you can get them all. Since we have only one, so what I'll do, I'll try to add, so this again, it will insert a record. So what I'll do, I'll add, yeah, so this will create a new instance. So let's move this line here so that you can hold the output. So hello world. I think it's inserted a second record. It's inserted twice because I abruptly closed the second instance. So now we have three records and our application should retrieve all those three records and display. So where is our console? You can see uh, lap, uh, the newly inserted, then laptop, this is the ID and this is the price, this is the ID and this is the price. So now you retrieved the data from the MongoDB. Okay, now we already have three records in my Mongo collection with the price 999. So now I'm going to update a specific record. So for that, we have to create a filter. First, we have to create the filter. So this is the difference in SQL and Mongo. So when you are retrieving data from Mongo, this filter you have to use to get the specific data or get the specific document. So builders of product, that means this is the collection. So filter equal to PID equal the new product ID. So what I'm trying to do, this is going to insert a record, new record. And again, this statement is going to retrieve that record, the latest inserted record. And once you get this filter, once you define this filter, then you are saying that update set price equal to this much. So this will fetch a specific record, and this is the update you are going to perform on that specific record. And finally, collection dot update one asynchronously only once. Here you are specifying the filter and the update. So this part, first it will fetch the record by following this filter, and then it will update, it will apply this update on the fetch record. So after this statement, we are going to see the newly inserted record will have a different number other than 999. So it could be 899.99. So let's run this code and see. So this part is going to insert a new record, uh, and this part is going to retrieve all the records. That's what it's doing. You can see this is the first record, second record, fourth record, and this is the last record, 875,999,99. So even if you go to database and refresh, I don't know, I'm getting some issue, but see, yeah. Uh, so name 11,875,999. But after this update statement, it should update a specific record. So this is 999,999,999, but this one 899.99, because the update is fetching only one record and it's updating the price for that specific record. So now the delete part is also simple, very simple. So you have to define the filter. I'm using the same filter, but if you want a different criteria, so you can define here, and await collection delete asynchronously, provide the filter. That will delete the filter. So once I run this code, um, my already I have 4 records. The application is going to add a new record, and then all the 5 records will be displayed. And after that, the application is going to update that newly inserted record with this 899. Then this operation will delete the record. So let's run this code and see, walk through. So this is the console updated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The newly inserted record. Here I have 999, but here if you go, but that record already get deleted. You will see only 4 records. This is the previously inserted record. So this code deleted the record. So now we are ready to perform all the CRUD operations. You can insert the data, you can retrieve a specific record or all the records. So this will retrieve all the records, and this filter will allow you to retrieve a bunch of records or a specific record, and this will update the records and this will delete the records. Yeah, we are done with our first .NET Core application. As part of this code, we have seen the MongoDB driver, how to install the MongoDB driver into your .NET Core, then a walkthrough of steps like how to create a connection. Then we have seen each and every operation in detail with the code and the database records also. So just we are done with our first .NET Core MongoDB integration, and in the future videos we are going to see lots of interesting topics on the MongoDB and on the .NET Core side. So uh, tight, uh, sit tight and watch for the videos. Thank you again watching for my video. Please follow, subscribe, and share the content, and also let me know if you need any specific topic. I can make some time and create the video on that. Thanks again. Happy coding.